Can I be heard now? Okay, awesome, cool. Alright. So, oh my fellow people, okay. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be ranking U.S. presidents, just like back in those good old days, you know. Just why not, bro? Yes, I have decided to try to make a little bit of a comeback to YouTube because I'm bored and I want to talk about things at times, and plus just do random stuff like that. Because I love history and I love U.S. presidents. So, here's what I based it off of. One is character. You got to be at least a decent human being. Two, do I like your policies? And three, were you good for the country? So as you can see here, I have it based on S, A, B, C, D, F. S obviously being the best, F being the worst. So yeah, and I'm not ranking 4 U.S. presidents. Those 4 being William Henry Harrison, because he died 1 month into office. Who else is there? How do I get this stupid ad off? James Garfield, because he died 199 days into office. Unfortunately, he would have been our best presidents, I think. And Biden and Trump, because, well, it's way too recent, especially with Trump still in office and Biden just getting out of office. So, yeah. Now that I've laid out all the criteria, let's get started with ranking these all in order. Number 1, George Washington. I think we can all agree that George Washington deserves to be an S tier. And if you don't think so, then you're an idiot and you should get on my live stream. I'm kidding. There's only me in here and I'm freaking checking in chat. So that one person's me. But yeah, George Washington obviously basically set the precedent of what the president should be. He set a lot of standards of how high the bar could be, and no one has really touched that bar, and only one person really kind of has, and we'll get to him later. Whiskey Rebellion and how he dealt with that, phenomenal. Just phenomenal leader. He was not a good tactician on the battlefield, but he was a phenomenal leader on the battlefield. That is what he did best at. I don't want to go too long here, but George Washington, one of our arguably the greatest president of all time. I mean, come on now. He was great for a country. Just said what should have been done later on. Next up, John Adams. I know him. I'm sorry, Hamilton. I also like what Washington did with Hamilton because I'm a Hamilton fan. Not just the musical, but I'm a fan of Hamilton as the founding father, you know. Kind of an idiot, but, you know. Anyway, John Adams. If we're ranking the entire life of people, he'd be way up here in S tier or A tier. However, since he was president, so we're ranking him by his 4 years out of his 90. Unfortunately, he's D tier. And that's mainly from the Sedition Act. Alien Act, that's whatever for me. I could care less. It's more like if you're gonna, you can't speak out against the government. Yeah, sure, buddy. You have thin skin. Just admit it, bro. What are you doing, bro? If I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, it's been a while since I've actually had talking, with U.S. presidents and stuff. So, if I stumble a lot, yeah. He's not at, well, should he go in C? I think John Adams is more C tier. XYZ Affair handled that fairly well. Yeah, I'm putting Adams in C tier actually. Just yeah, much more. The Sedition Acts really put a stand on me. Like, come on, bro. It's bad, bro. But yeah, John Adams C tier. The Sedition Act was terrible, and all the XYZ Affair, he handled great, I'd say. Anyway, Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson's a fun one because as a person, I absolutely hate him. But I think for right now, his presidency's so good. His presidency's an A tier. Yeah. Obviously he doubled the size of the United States. Actually, no, he's more B tier for me, if I'm being honest. B tier because, freaking, like I said, as a person, as a person, I don't like him at all. His presidency was fairly decent, actually. What else was there? Louisiana Purchase, brilliant. I like that. Went against a lot of his own principles, though. I mean, if you could do that, then okay. The Embargo Act, I really struggle with. I mean, he tried to do something and it failed miserably. Like, cut off all trade from the rest of the world. What are you doing, bro? That's just gonna tank the entire economy. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. But yeah, Jefferson's a B tier for me. Anyway, James Madison, another B tier. Reason for this is because, yo, hi Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to. It just is you and me now. Okay, I need to shut up. Strong leader during World War II. Good lord, War of 1812. I cannot. I'm too tired for this. I'm too tired, bro. Okay. Is okay, buddy, calm down, Buster. War of 1812. Great leader. He really didn't do much else other than being War of 1812, but like I said, as a person, if we were just ranking his entire life, way up here. But no, B tier for not John. For James Madison, he's a B tier. War of 1812. Aggressive. But still, he was a good leader during that time. But, and plus he actually ended up changing some of his views to be more like a federalist, like installing a national bank, which is more of a good idea in my opinion. Mainly because he was kind of forced to, because Alexander Hamilton, God bless the guy, I love him. He constructed in a way that made it nearly impossible to, destroy it. Anyways, James Monroe, C tier. Monroe Doctrine was decent. That's really all there is to him. He really did not do much else. There was the panic of, what was it, 1819 that happened under him. That wasn't good. Crap, what else was there? Oh yeah, Missouri Compromise. Also terrible. But I mean, he was well liked. That's what I have to say about him. Yeah, not much else. Ooh, another person. Hello to the welcome to the live stream. Third person. God bless your day. I hope you have a phenomenal day today. And have fun watching me absolutely fail to rank presidents, which I haven't done in a couple years. Okay, but yeah. Here we go. Next up, JQ, John Quincy Adams. Welcome to the stream, other persons. Welcome. Have fun. That's all I gotta say. Feel free to chat. Don't be mean. Don't be weird. That's all I gotta ask. JQ Adams. C tier. Tariff of Abominations, he gets hit hard on. I don't hit him as hard on it for that because of my overall view on tariffs. I mean, even though they're absolutely high. Why is this guy gooing me? Okay, buddy. Yeah, no. I did not. I don't know what the heck you're saying, but okay. We know each other in real life, me and Ryan do, so if he says some absolutely random stuff, bro. Yeah, okay. Bro. I hate you. I never groomed him. He's my neighbor, bro. I hate you. He also was very outspoken about slavery, women's rights and stuff. Very, very shady on how he got in to be president, that's sure. But I don't hit him as hard on it for tariffs, really, because of he was actually a decent human being as well, and still served in Congress after being president, which you never hear of. What is it? I'm scaring off the viewers. Well, no, don't be scaring off the viewers, bro. Don't be scaring off the viewers. I hate you, bro. Okay. But yeah. Overall, like JQ as a person and certainly as a historical figure. Actually, I might just move them down to. I'm gonna keep you up there. Move Adams down to a C, D. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah. My favorite, Andrew Jackson. If anyone knows me back in the day, back in the good old days when COVID hit, you know, man. I need to shut up. I used to absolutely hate Andrew Jackson. I don't hate him as hard as I do now. I still don't like him. He's a D tier for me. Mainly because of him wrecking the economy. But he destroyed the economy. The Native American stuff, that was also pretty bad. Especially because I'm part Cherokee and Obama F for being bro. Okay, okay, bro. Calm down, bro. Calm down, bro. Bro, I hate you. Andrew Jackson's D tier. Because I just don't like him as a person. He was pretty ruthless. Although him beating up his own assassin with his cane is pretty baller though. What else is there about him? But yeah, him wrecking the banks and destroying the economy was not fun at all. But yeah, I just don't like Andrew Jackson that much, really. I hate him as a person so much. Okay, buddy. Bro, what the heck is that, buddy? Yo. You're so weird, Ryan. You're so weird. Moin Van Buren. D2. Mainly because he didn't do much when the economy was absolutely destroyed. And that's mainly why he didn't. I'm doing this off the top of my head. If you losers, if my fellow Americans can't understand, I'm doing this off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm gonna get the not ranking ones out of here already. Trump is obviously an S tier. I'm kidding, bro. He's not ranked. He's being not ranked, bro. You are mentioned into the I am mentioned in the files. I'm gonna get that out. But the document was made in 2012. That's when that email was sent. That email was sent in 2012. I was 5 or 6 years old. I am not a weirdo, I promise you. I am not a weirdo. I submitted that. I'm an idiot. Okay. I promise you, I did nothing. I'm 19 right now. Jeff has been dead. Supposedly. Yeah. I promise you, I'm not a predator. I'm not a predator. I was not, you stupid Ryan, bro. I was not. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Okay. And I'm not ranking Biden. Wait, no. Biden is clearly an 8-year president. I'm kidding, bro. He's not being ranked. Mark Van Buren, laissez-faire. He was not hands-on, bro. He really was not. He did not do much about Jeffries in Tel Aviv. Okay, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Calm down. This is not a text messages, bro. This is not a text messages. John Tyler. He's our first F-tier president. F-tier. Because of freaking he stood for nothing. He everybody knew what he was against, but he's like Aaron Burr, like, if you stand for nothing, bro, what do you fall for? Oh, who are you? Who is this kid? What's he gonna do? I am not throwing away my shot. I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship at the King's College. I probably shouldn't, but damn, I'm going to astonish. I need to shut. Why am I singing Hamilton, bro? Yes, bro. My fault, bro. My fault, twins. John Tyler, he stood for nothing, but everybody knew what he was against. He was hated by both political parties, and plus he was the only one that sided with the Confederacy. And plus he still kind of destroyed the economy. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I don't like John Tyler for those reasons. James K. Polk, C tier. He's like the only president that did everything. Okay, buddy, what do you mean, W. John Tyler? What do you mean, W. John Tyler? Okay, buddy, get the hell out. James K. Polk, based, yeah, okay. Oh, I hate you. James K. Polk was the only president that actually did what he promised. The independent treasury, get Texas, what else is that? And Oregon. And got Texas for us and got Oregon territory for us. But however, the only thing he did was bad thing that about it was he opened the Pandora's box of slavery. So yeah, that's fun. He opened up the Pandora's box of slavery, and he made the Civil War even more inevitable, for being honest here. What do you mean? Oh, I wish I had face cam, but you guys can't see me right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, James K. Polk. Well, you could make the argument for B tier, and I won't be against it. But just for me, it's more C plus, B minus. Zachary Taylor, D tier, because he really did not do anything. He just lived. Please turn on face cam. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Can I delete that? Can I remove that comment? I can. Thank you. Okay. Okay, calm down. You guys are lucky I can hide comments, bro. You're so weird, Ryan. You are so weird. Yeah. I have my friends asking me to freaking join it, so let me see. There we go, cool. But yeah. Thank you for all the hearts, people. Thank you for all the hearts. I know I am very much loved. But yeah, Zachary Taylor, because he just did nothing, honestly. He did absolutely nothing. Yo, thank you for those weird emojis, man. Thank you. I know I am very much loved here. But yeah, I feel like Carlos Alcaraz. Like, thank you, my familia. I love Carlos. Do not take this as slander. I absolutely love Carlos. I love Carlos, bro. I love Carlos Alcaraz. Israel number 1? Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Okay. Just shut up at this point, bro. Just shut up. I'm gonna silence you like Big Yahoo. What are you sending? Okay. But yeah. Did nothing as president. I guess he tried to keep it honest, but don't ban me, please. Don't be too weird. Hello, third viewer. How you doing? God bless you today. Welcome to this live stream. Ignore this absolute random. Okay. Ignore this absolute my weird friend in the chat, bro. Ignore him. Comment whenever. Please don't be frightened by him. Please do not be frightened. Please, that's all I ask. But can I there we go. Yeah, he did not do much as president. You know what? While I'm here, I'm gonna be talking a little bit. So I decided to go with Potato Productions, which is why I made my last video. I won't be silent figure. I went with Potato Productions, which was a YouTube channel I did with him and his brother, his brother Connor. So I did that, and then wait, Ryan, you should get your brother in the live stream, bro. You should get him in here. But yeah, I did that with them, and we had some wild videos. We did Minecraft and IRL, in which they got kind of slacked for. So they deleted those, and I wish they didn't, because that way I could watch them all over again, because they were low-key hilarious. But yeah. Let's see here. And then I decided that, hey, I'm bored 3 years later. I'm bored. I probably want to make a return back to YouTube. So what am I going to do? I'm probably going to be talking about life for a while. Life, probably do some tennis stuff, because I love tennis a lot. And yeah, and maybe have these absolute morons in a video, maybe at some point in my life. But yeah, we'll see how everything goes. Next up, Alec Baldwin, Millard Fillmore. C tier. Mainly because he at least kind of tried. I won't be silenced by Coolio Plays. Okay, yeah, sure, buddy. He tried. Fugitive Slave Act was terrible. That's all I really gotta say. Franklin Pierce. Man, this guy has a tragic ass life. Tragic life. F tier though. Kansas Nebraska act was terrible. He was basically a dough face. Very much a dough face. Do 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 do. I'm gonna do things to when I get home. Okay, yeah, no, let's not do that, bro. Let's not do that at all. Like, no, thank you. I don't want to see that at all. But yeah, I mean, yeah. 1 hour away from Ocean City now. Why are you telling me where you are right now? You can just text me, you absolute dingbat, bruh. Franklin Pierce, he tried to have Cuba annexed as a slave state, which made lots of Northerners happy, obviously, because we didn't want the expansion of slavery. But he wanted slaves in Cuba, so that's always fun. Kansas-Nebraska Act, if you don't know what that is, it's where the people could vote for if they wanted slavery or not in Kansas and Nebraska. Kansas got really ugly, became known as Bleeding Kansas. Yeah, that's why I pinpoint the start of the Civil War because of how bad it got over there. But yeah, he was a dough face. James Buchanan, F tier. Can I? No, bro. No. I'm not gonna have that be seen because that is weird. James Buchanan also F tier because he did nothing as well to do anything. But by that point, I give him less crap for that because it would have taken someone of exceptional leadership, to which he never ever had, and when he was still a dough face. He also influenced the Supreme Court in Dred Scott v. Sanford, also known as Dred Scott decision, which made it where slaves, even if we were free, could not be citizens. So yeah, that's great. But yeah, Dred Scott was based. Okay, buddy, you're so weird. Okay. But yeah, and Southern states then seceded under him, and he was like, have fun. He just did it himself. He just didn't do anything. Abraham Lincoln. This guy's fun. Abraham Lincoln. He is an F tier because he's trash. I'm kidding. He's an S tier. He is a clear S tier. Suspension habeas corpus. If you want to rip him for that, go right ahead. I don't care, bro. I mean, it's in the Constitution. You can do that. What else was there? He freed the slaves. He won the war. He kept the Union united. And then can you give me a Yo. Okay. I'm telling you, there's so many messages this guy is saying that I had to hide because of how out of pocket he's being, bro. Oh my gosh. So I had to stretch out. I am absolutely tired. I took like a nap before this. Then obviously Abraham Lincoln, he freed the slaves. Based for that. Based AF for that. Why am I the only one talking in chat? Because you're scaring everyone else, bro. Everyone, please, if you want, please somehow put in some sort of input, bro. L. Lincoln? Okay. I hate you. If you have any other input, other chatters, or other viewers, please say stuff, bro. I need you guys. The two Christians off the counts. Okay. Okay. Yo, Ryan, get your brother in here, bro. Get your brother in here. Now I can have another sane person in here. But Abraham Lincoln, phenomenal president and great leader. I mean, he put his cabinet members, they all thought he could do that they could do better than him, and he put them in places where he could see them, but he knew that they were smart people. Like, what's his face? The Secretary of State. Seward. Secretary Seward, yeah. That was his name, obviously. But yeah. Now we go from the arguably the best to arguably the worst, Andrew Johnson. Reconstruction happened under him, started under him. He was originally a Southern Democrat who Lincoln picked out as a vice president before he got absolutely annihilated in the head. But, yeah, he was absolutely tragic for the country. Absolute trash head for the country of America. I mean, he gave back land to the Confederate soldiers. I mean, he was absolutely terrible, and he set back our country for a good 100 years at least. 100 to 50 years. He was absolutely terrible. First president ever got impeached. Almost got kicked out of office, actually. So, yeah, he was absolutely terrible. He was also very stubborn. There was actually a famous story of him where it's like, this sounds like a Trump thing, but it's not. Where it was Washington's birthday, and he was asked to give input on Washington's birthday, and then he just talked about himself. So, he sounds like Trump in that matter, but it's whatever. Grant. I love Grant. I'm glad his presidency got a good look afterwards. He's a B tier. Annihilated the Klan for at least 50 years, about 40 years. Screw you, Woodrow Wilson. But we'll get to him later. So, oh boy, do I have some opinions on Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson, not Woodrow, Grant, the Enforcement Act, he got rid of the Ku Klux Klan. Thank you for that, Grant. What else was there? He was naive. He got taken advantage of. He wasn't the corrupt person. It was more like the people around him. Unfortunately, spoil system guy. Unfortunate. Also had a lot of good civil service reform and helped out black community a lot. So, thank you for that, Grant. That's all I have to say much about Grant. So, now we go to Rutherford B. Hayes, or Rutherford Hayes. D tier. I actually did go to, I actually did go to his, house and his grave, actually. A very interesting house, actually. The grave was nice. I like it a lot. But, yeah. And he really didn't do much. He had some civil service reform, but he was kind of blocked by Congress, from what I learned. He wanted to do stuff. It was blocked by Congress. But, yeah. Screw Congress, I guess. Chester Arthur came in after, the doctors killed Andrew Garfield. James Garfield. Yeah, his doctors killed him. He is D tier. Chinese Exclusion Act was kind of trash. He didn't do too much. I mean, he did change his view on civil service. Civil service reformed. He was a product of the stalwart system, though. I'll say that. So, I mean, I don't care, though. I mean, yeah. Grover Cleveland. I'm not as high as Grover Cleveland as other people are because of how bad his second term kind of was. First term, meh. I mean, you could say he was a man of integrity. Cool. But, I mean, if you can't do your job as president as effectively as you want to say. Hello, other person. Welcome to the stream. Hope you have a good time here. He's like a B- for me, actually. I mean, his view on Native Americans was kind of trash. What else was there? Oh yeah, the Panic of 1893. That didn't happen because of him. That was more of Benjamin Harrison, but we'll get to him soon. Yeah, I mean, But he really didn't do anything much to stop it either. He was very fiscally conservative during that time. If you know anything about me, I'm more fiscally conservative, but during that time you need to spend a little bit of money, let's be honest here. Okay, looks like it's just me now. Okay, cool. But yeah, he did not handle things too well. I mean, Benjamin Harrison, you can argue F tier, but he's more D tier because I don't. 2 reasons. One, yeah, he was the Kickstarter for conservation efforts, for America. And second reason, because I don't feel too comfortable putting him down here, especially with what we have next. But yeah, it's just a whole bunch of meh with him, really. William McKinley, C tier. Well, one, because he did oversee a good economy, I'll say that. Spanish-American War, I give him less credit for that, because Spain actually kind of declared war on them first, from what I heard. And he just did it as a follow-up pursuit. And plus, he was kind of being pressured by everybody around him. It was kind of like with George Bush in Iraq, or Iraq. But yeah, tariffs. I'm mid-ranged on tariffs. I mean, tariffs can be good if they're done properly. But yeah, and plus he's an Ohio lad, so what can I say? Theodore Roosevelt. Oh, I love him. I probably should talk about McKinley more. Negatives. Philippine-American War. That was absolutely tragic. That was tragic. That's a dark stain in American history that should get paid more attention. But yeah, he kind of was an imperialist, but at that same time, yeah. I'm back. Hi, back. How you doing? We just got into Theodore Roosevelt, who is personally one of my favorite. He's top 5 for me easily. Theodore Roosevelt, he did a lot for the people. Phenomenal president. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, conversation efforts. He introduced a presidential press briefing. Charismatic person, great person. I love Theodore Roosevelt. Keep calm and carry a big stick. That's what he did. Yeah. Only reason why I don't put him as high as up here is because I don't feel like his legacy is as good as the other ones up here. He was also a phenomenal leader. William Howard Taft, the guy that got gay. Okay. The fattest man to ever be president, William Howard Taft. B tier. I say B tier because he still carried on a lot of the Roosevelt things, but was more conservative about it actually. But yeah, he kind of got a bad rap as president, but I mean, I like him. He's still a good leader. More conservative than Teddy, that's for sure, but he was kind of pushed into doing it. He wanted to be more of a judge, but, you know. I mean, hello, third viewer, how you doing today? Please feel free to chat, talk about presidents, whatnot, just don't be weird. That's all I ask, thank you. Yeah. Taft was a good leader, and plus, I'm doing this off the top of my head. So if I have very terrible analogies and things like that, then you know why. Anyway, now we get from Taft, my personal favorite Ohio boy, to to Woodrow Wilson. This man is the guy I could go on and on about. absolutely despise this man. Let's get into probably the one good he probably did. Federal Reserve. I mean, that all depends on how you feel about your Federal Reserve. Me, Moni emoji. Okay. Fourth person. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Before I get into Woodrow Wilson, feel free to chat. Don't be weird. Max Helfman, what the actual freaking... hi Max, how you doing? You're watching me, rank U.S. presidents. Ignore this absolute weirdo in chat, please. I'm ranking U.S. presidents because I'm bored, bro. Don't worry about it. Feel free to chat, though. Just don't be too weird. Like this guy named Ryan, who's my neighbor. Tiny one. He's grooming me? No, I'm not, bro. I'm not doing anything to you. Okay, bro. Anyway, time to get into why I absolutely hate Woodrow Wilson. 1, income taxes. You see, I hate taxes in general. I am not a tax person. Taxes are a way for Congress and other politicians to fill their own pockets and fund their own ideas, not to help the good of the people. And plus, if the Founding Fathers were alive to see what the heck they were doing now, then, yeah, they would not have been good. Who else is there? What else is there? Oh, yeah. Espionage Act and Sedition Act made it illegal to to speak out against the war government and just become a dictator. Who else is here? Just my phone account, which I am looking at for chat. Ryan. Not our friend Ryan, I mean my tiny neighbor friend, you know? And then you. So yeah, you two have at it. Woodrow Wilson, and plus he was insanely racist even for his time. He screened Birth of a Nation at the White House, which was known as the Klansman. Whoa, what am I doing here? Which was known as the Klansman. Which was a movie about the KKK. Ooh, yay, I got it out. Movie about the KKK. Insanely racist. Woodrow Wilson, he's unforgettable. Oh my gosh, yeah. Bro, now you just bring back memories of me trying to help you guys out with a song in your sophomore year, bro. I can't remember that now. Shut up right now. Shut up. Okay. Hello, other chatter. Feel free to comment whatever you do. Just don't be a weirdo. That's all I ask. And don't say the N-word. Don't be weird. Wilson racist. He also segregated the mail service and basically made it impossible for blacks to get a job in the government. Yeah. You could say, oh, but women's right to vote was made in there. He signed it into law. Well, first off, his wife was running the country, and second off, he was kind of brought kicking and screaming. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Roosevelt supported the income tax, and if he signed it into law, he would have been a B tier for me. So I just want to make that very clear. I just hate the income tax a lot. So, and yeah, he was just a horrible person. He was the person that he always thought was right, no matter what. Like no matter how much of the freaking time he thought he was right. And there was this one time where a whole bunch of black men were trying to get back in the to talk to him, and he basically just said, "What are you doing? Who is this uppity black man talking to me about? He is an idiot. He is inferior to me. He thought people were below. He legit thought people were below him. I hate Woodrow Wilson. I think I've gone on enough about ranting about Woodrow Wilson. Anyway, I hate the guy so much. Probably my least favorite president. Warren Harding. He's an F tier for his corruption and stuff. D tier, because he actually did do some good stuff. Based, bro, you're so weird. What do you mean based? Okay. Warren Harding, he actually advocated for more racial, equality. he actually signed a law that helped women, like, with their mortality rate for children. It saw a 9% increase. I think that's what it was. And he also had some child labor laws and stuff like that. So the dude was not all... Not based. Okay. The dude was... Okay. The dude was actually... Had he had a tad more energy and wanted to do actually decent things for the country, he would have actually been a good president. Well, instead of... Yeah. Calvin Coolidge... A tier. Reason why I say A tier... Well, he's laissez-faire economics. Well... It was good. Anyway, economy was good. He wanted to do some good things for the country, and he did. Very fiscally conservative, for that matter. And he did not have an ego. I'll say that. But, yeah. Ow. Frick. Yeah, I hurt my thumb. I hurt my thumb mopping the floor yesterday. Do not ask me how. And I got, it cut. Yeah. I like Calvin Coolidge a lot. Hoover, F tier. How? What do you? How on what? But yeah, Hoover is F tier because he didn't cause the depression. How did you hurt your thumb? Okay, I was mopping the floor, so I was grabbing a bucket, and I got it caught underneath the sink. And then there was a little holder and somehow scratched it somehow. And it doesn't look pretty. I don't like it and it hurts. Oh yeah, I also got my first time ever being stung by a bee yesterday. Well, it was technically a wasp. It was not fun, actually. But yeah. And plus the bonus army was disgraceful. He sent the army out to attack World War I veterans. Israel, okay. Okay. Tel Aviv, do not come after me, bro. I shook Big Yahoo's hand. FDR. Hot take. FDR is not A tier, he's B tier. Reason for that, well, he had phenomenal leadership. I'm not gonna ignore that. Japanese internment camps. Trash. Terrible. I got a hot take. I'm not the biggest fan of welfare. Now, let me explain why. I think welfare itself, as an idea, it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea, helping out the people. What I don't like is what it's become is how much people have become so dependent on it. And like Reagan once said, the scariest words you can ever hear is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." I'm not a big government person. But yeah, that's just me. If you're gonna spend money, spend it in the right places. Just don't be spending it where the people are gonna be so dependent on it. Welfare was kind of a big meh. Well, the idea of it at first because it was Great Depression, but now with what it's become, I don't like it. What else was there? Japanese internment camps, where we basically rounded up 1 million Japanese people and then threw them into basically concentration camps. Yeah, that wasn't good. Strong leadership, though. And plus, his policies did not end the Great Depression. Say that. He's a B tier for me. Harry Truman. I got a hot take. I like Harry Truman a lot. He is an A tier for me. Mainly because of how much he dealt with after FDR died. He had to deal with the end of World War II. Dropping bombs, communism. Yeah, he was phenomenal president. Korea War, I take less. I'm less harsh on that as other people, mainly because it was a UN thing, and that Korea was a UN ally, and plus it was against communism. He was racist. I'll say that, but he was racist. But he did actually integrate the military force. He stopped segregation in the military. Marshall Plan, also phenomenal. Berlin Airlift, also phenomenal. I mean, the dude was such a based. Okay, buddy. Never mind. I hate you. Okay, I hate you. I'ma ban you, bro. But yeah. Like, he was a great president. Phenomenal president. Don't make me call server admin on you. College. Okay. But yeah, phenomenal president. He segregated he desegregated the military, which is great. Atomic bombs. I agree with that decision a lot because I think 500,000 is a good estimate. A lot. That's not a good estimate. I probably would have been more towards 1,000,000, knowing on how big the Japanese were into fighting. Would have been not been 500,000. It would have been more towards 1,000,000. Fighting against communism. Yes, fight communism. He basically set the stage for the next 45 years in America. Well, technically now. And the first one to recognize Israel. That depends on how you feel about Israel. 1948, he was the first president to recognize the state of Israel. So he's the reason why we get Big Yahoo up in power. Yeah. But I don't care about him recognizing Israel. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye. Have fun. Bye. I hate you. Come back whenever, little bro. Come back whenever. Eisenhower. A tier. He was good, except for the one thing where it was Operation Wetback, where he basically rounded up 1,000,000 Mexicans. And the Lavender Scare, which basically was the homosexual thing. But yeah. He was just infrastructure great, communism stuff great. He was just a great leader. That's all I have to say. He was a phenomenal leader. That's why he was put in charge of Overlord D-Day. JFK, B tier, because he didn't get to live long enough. But yeah, JFK, great leader. We shall go to the moon. That kind of stuff was great, you know. Yeah. Phenomenally, Bay of Pigs was a disaster. That's why I kind of hit him hard on that. Great leader, Cuban Missile Crisis, great ass leadership, very great leadership. Lyndon Johnson, complicated guy, C tier. Not the biggest fan of big government stuff. Not the biggest fan if you haven't figured that out about me yet. But yeah. He did do some good stuff though, like what was it? The War on Crime? Yeah, War on Crime it was. War on Crime was a good thing about it. Yeah, that was a good thing, him undoing the War on Crime. Even though he lost the crime rate do, he meant well. War on Poverty? Yeah, poverty's still the same. Vietnam, bad. But yeah. Yeah, good stuff like Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act. The school stuff, like the secondary stuff, and he was just a good, complicated guy. That's all I'll say. Nixon, hot take. I think he gets a renewed look this time. C tier. Watergate, yeah, that's bad, but still, he didn't need to cover it up, bro. He did not. But still, he's still a very intelligent guy. War on drugs, yeah, that was not the greatest move. I'll admit that myself. But, yeah. War on drugs is kind of meh. What else is there about him? Genius foreign policy wise, genius. He did a lot of EPA. He was started underneath him, Environmental Protection Agency. He did a lot of great. I just can't remember a lot of the great. He did a lot of great. I know that, and it's a shame that his character gets the overlook of all the great stuff he did. But yeah, Ford. D tier, maybe because he wasn't as great of a leader as Nixon. He pardoned him, which that was the absolutely correct move. He tried to fight off stagflation, but that failed. And there's no Soviet domination in Eastern Europe, and there never will be under a foreign administration. Yeah, he had some boneheaded moves, but Carter. D tier. And now if you're liking his whole life, S tier. No, yeah, that's, yeah. I had a lot of D tier presidents, I'm realizing that. But I mean, yeah. Carter, he was not a good communicator at all. And plus there was the, stagflation was only terrible. I think he tried to combat it, but he kind of failed to do so. And Iranian hostage crisis, terrible. Reagan, I like my communicators, if you guys haven't told. C tier. You can argue he's F tier. You can argue that. You can argue he's A tier. I don't care. For me, C tier. I like him a lot. The economics thing, I'm not as big as an economics person as others, but I don't really know. I mean, you could say it seems good, you could say it's bad. I don't care. He was just an effective communicator, I think a good leader. Contra was bad. I'll say that. But yeah, I just like Reagan's leadership a lot in his communication. Bush. I think Bush, C tier. That's because of his tax thing. He raised taxes. And plus there was like a little economic crisis. Gulf War, that was a good success with getting Saddam Hussein. Bill Clinton, C tier. C tier because he was moderate. We don't normally get moderate presidents now. Economy is also strong. He was also a good communicator. Monica Lewinsky, I could care less, honestly. I mean, I know I've talked about character a little bit, but it's also gotten to the point where we're so quick to impeach someone. Oh, someone did this, impeach. Oh, someone just petted a cat and killed it, impeach. That kind of stuff. Maybe we gotta calm down with impeachment stuff, bruh. I mean, we're too quick to impeach people to actually see them do good things. Bush, D tier, mainly because of his foreign policy stuff-wise. Iraq, big mistake, but he was also pushed around a lot. No Child Left Behind. That was not good at all. Okay. He did have some aura moments, let's be honest. He had some pretty good aura. But yeah, finally, Obama, C tier. He meant well. Last actually president that everybody could kind of like get behind, well, at least over half of the populace could actually get behind, which is something you never really see nowadays. He was he's fine. Obamacare, it was mainly the insurance companies that did it. And plus there was the race riot stuff, Tea Party movement, and Occupy Wall Street. Yeah, there was that. But I mean, yeah. And that's my presidential ranking. Clearly nobody's here, so I'm gonna. Whoa! Don't you dare be moving that. Let's see some of the community rankings. That is an interesting ranking. D tier. I would not have put. How are we ranking them? Biden and C. What are we doing? Whoa. What is this one? This one looks trash. Okay, so this person. Whoa. What? That was an interesting one to look at. This one seems interesting. So he has Truman and Lincoln in S tier. Oh, okay, I see what he excluded the 2000 presidents. It's actually fairly decent ranking. McKinley, Fillmore F. I don't know about that one, Chief. Why is Wilson a D tier? No, Wilson belongs anywhere but F tier. Wait, where did this guy put Wilson beforehand? Put Obama at A tier. What do we do? Yeah, this guy is a big person. Why is Wilson in... No. No. Oh, I finna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. S tier for Lincoln, obviously. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Yo. Traitor. Okay, at least he has Wilson in there. That's what I care about the most. Nixon. Yeah, no, I will not put Nixon in there. Let's see what else is in here. What is this? What is this ranking? I can see if there's like any other egregious ones. Jefferson at 18. Now that's a take. No, that is a take and a half. Let's look at this one. Where is Woodrow Wilson? That's all I care about. Yeah. Look at this one. This one seems bullshit. S tier. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. Trump. Put Woodrow Wilson maybe down the Trump tier. Exclude Trump because freaking yeah. I hate Woodrow Wilson. Let's go to the next page and see what we got. Why do I see Woodrow Wilson at C tier? That's no. Oh gosh, top 9. Bottom 9. Oh, he just did this in order of his personal ones. What is the bottom? What is this? Worst president of all time. No, he is not the worst president of all time, man. Why is Woodrow Wilson an A tier? Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm gonna crash out. Okay, this is just a joke list. That's a joke list. What's this one? What is this? What is that? Look at one more, then I'm gonna go. Why is he a B tier? Why do people like Wilson, bro? I hate the guy. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go now. It's been fun. I'm back on YouTube for now. Bye guys, to the people that chimed in and